Yo. The come up. Thank you, Father Yah. My apocrypher finally came. We got it, y'all. The apocrypher and a mini sewing machine. So when my fringes come, I can sew my fringes. Yes, sir. Finally came. Shalom, Israel. This be your man, Kenya. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to the Most High, YAHAWA the Father, YAHAWA the Son. And we're going to go ahead and get into another one of these. You know you done messed up, right? Because once you get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, then you're going to be held accountable as to whether you want to follow suit and live accordingly, you know what I'm saying, to the Bible, or you want to continue in your worldly ways. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to continue in your worldly ways, you're going to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? If you're one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, this one, I might name who is Israel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get too much into detail with it. I'm just going to give y'all a few scriptures and then give some proof. And then it's up to y'all to discern everything that I done, came up with, because this was on my heart, and I'm a baby in this, y'all. I came back. I didn't come back to the Most High. I came back to so-called Jesus Christ like 5 years ago, and then I slipped back into, my ways of the world after about like 2 months, you know what I'm saying? And last year, I finally found who the actual true Most High is, you know what I'm saying? YAHAWA, his Hebrew name. And then that's, right now, this is when I'm taking it serious. I didn't take it serious before with so-called Jesus Christ because it just felt like a joke to me for some reason. But now that I know who my culture is and my people, I'm not gonna give up this blessing that the Most High has presented upon me. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're one of the 12 tribes of Israel, that's like a present given upon you. And it's up to you whether you want to open up the present or you want to keep it closed. You know what I'm saying? And I want to open my present up. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. So Israel. Who is Israel? What ethnic group falls under Israel? Let's go ahead and try to find out. Let's see. We're going to start with Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy. Feel me? Chapter 6. Let's go from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1 through... let's just go. Verse 1 through probably like 6 or something. All right, so these are the commands, decrees, and laws the Lord your God directed me to teach you to observe in the land that you are crossing the Jordan to possess, so that you, your children, and your children after them may fear the Lord your God as long as you live, by keeping all his decrees and commandments. Now, the first step in letting the Most High know that you're serious and that you love him is that you fear him. And in order to fear the Most High, sorry, I'm at work, y'all, so there might be a little bit of stuff in the background. In order to fear the Most High, you have to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, because you know he can straight cut you down at any time for knowing all this stuff. And that's the first rule of getting to know the Most High, is by fearing him first, and secondly, keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? And I fear him. When I see donuts now, I think in my head, hold on, bro, like, what if I take a bite of that donut and the Most High cuts me down? You know what I'm saying? Because I already know too much about leavened bread and this and that, or something like just things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing the laws and then deliberately disobeying. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that. But anyway, so where was we at? All right, so So we're gonna get back to verse 2. So that you, your children, and their children after them may fear the Lord your God as long as you live, by keeping all his decrees and commandments that I give you, and so that you may enjoy long life. You know what I'm saying? Now, here we go right here. Hear, Israel, and be careful to obey. Now, the Most High is always referring to Israel in the Bible, because you got to understand, the Bible was written to the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is referring to the children of Israel, not any other ethnic people. You know what I'm saying? Basically, no other nation but Israel. So, hear, Israel, and be careful to obey, so that it may go well with you, and that you may increase greatly in a land flowing with milk and honey, just as the Lord your God of your ancestors promised you. You know what I'm saying? Now, who's our ancestors? The Lord, just as the Lord, the God of your ancestors promised you. Now we know the Most High is talking to Israel, right? He's talking to Israel. And who are the ancestors of Israel that the Most High is talking about? You know what I'm saying? Let's find out real quick. Now we're gonna go to a book in the Apocrypha Bible called First Maccabees. Hold on, let me go back. I think I done lost. Here we go. All right. So we're going to go to First Maccabees. This is in the Apocrypha Bible. You know what I'm saying? This is the Bible. This is part of the Bible that they took out of the original King James Bible, because this part of the Bible, with these books that's in the Bible, in the Apocrypha, give too much detail as to who the true children of Israel are. And the Gentiles did not want Israel to know who they were. So they took all these books out of the Bible, and now they're available in the Apocrypha. So I encourage all of y'all Israelites to, in addition to your Bible, get you an Apocrypha Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because these are all the hidden books that they stole from us that you need to know about. Now, this is in the Apocrypha, First Maccabees. We're going to start with chapter 2, and we're going to go from verse 51 to 64. Now, again, we're talking about Israel and just as the Lord, the God of your ancestors. So Israel's ancestors' God. Now, who is Israel's ancestors' gods? First of all, who is Israel's ancestors? Let's find out in First Maccabees. Now, this in Maccabees, you had an Israelite by the name of I think Mattathias. Hold on, let me look at my book real quick. I don't want to chop his name up. Mattathias. So you had an Israelite named Mattathias. I'm trying to give y'all the setting as to where this is coming from. Now, you had an Israelite named Mattathias, and he was talking to his sons because he was old and he was dying. So he was just trying to give his sons like a little bit more, words of encouragement before he passed away. And this is what he mentioned right here. So that's the setting. So just imagine a father talking to his sons, basically. So one more time, Deuteronomy. We're talking about the ancestors of Israel. Who are the ancestors? Let's find out. Another Israelite called Mattathias was talking to his sons, and this is what he said. So, remember the deeds that our ancestors did in their times, and you shall win great honor and an everlasting name. Now, here's one ancestor. Was not Abraham? Abraham was an ancestor. When you hear of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, those are ancestors of Israel. So was not Abraham found faithful in trial, and was credited to him as righteous. Joseph, that's another ancestor, when in distress, kept the commandment, and he became master of Egypt. Phinehas, our ancestor, for his burning zeal, received the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Joshua, for executing his commission, became a judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the assembly. David, who know about King David? Who know about royal and mighty and righteous King David? You know what I'm saying? King David, when it comes to the royal kingdom, aka heaven, I'll say King David will probably be like vice president. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, YAHAWA, is going to be president. King David is definitely going to be vice president. And the CEO, or the owner of the whole, you know what I'm saying, heavens and earth, will be Father YAHAWA. Now, David, for his loyalty, received as a heritage a throne of eternal kingship. Elijah, for his burning zeal for the law, was taken up to heaven. Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, for their faith were saved from the fire. Daniel, who remembers Daniel, for his innocence was delivered from the mouths of the lions. And so, consider from the generation to generation that none who hope in heaven shall fail in strength. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, if you believe in the Bible, you believe, you know, in the Most High, you believe in heaven, then you won't fail. You'll never fail. You know what I'm saying? Do not fear the words of sinners, for their glory ends in corruption and worms. You know what I'm saying? So, now you know who the ancestors of Israel were. You know what I'm saying? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Daniel, King David. We could go on and on. Those were true Israelite mighty men of the Most High. Now, verse 4. Hear, O Israel. Again, look at verse 3. Hear, Israel. The Most High is constantly talking to Israel. Verse 3. Hear, Israel. Verse 4. Hear, O Israel. The Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. So that means, Israel, you're really supposed to be teaching these laws, statutes, and commandments to your children if you have any. You know what I'm saying? Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road. When you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get, well, let's see. So verse 10, when the Lord your God brings you into the land he swore to your fathers, again, our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give you a land with large flourishing cities you did not build. You know what I'm saying? So that means we're basically gonna have slaves, but I'm gonna get into that, you know, in another topic. You know what I'm saying? Because it says a land with large flourishing cities you did not build, meaning we're gonna have people building for us, aka slaves. But we'll get into that another lesson. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to get too deep into that. I just want to stick with the topic. Who is the true Israel of the Bible? Like, what nationality of people, well, not nationality, I'm gonna just say what nation of people fall unto the Israelites that the Bible is talking about? You know what I'm saying? Let's find out. Now, we went from Deuteronomy 6 to now, let's see, we're gonna go to 7. So we went from 6, now we're going to 7 right here. Now, yeah, we'll start with 7. Hold on real quick, y'all. All right, so we're gonna get with I'm starting my car up. Hold on real quick, y'all, because it's time for me to leave work. I'm looking at the time like, dang, I should have been out of here by now. Because I get off of work at 3:30, and I'm supposed to be on the road, but nah. This is my calling today, so I'm gonna continue. You know what I'm saying? So we went from chapter 6, now we're in chapter 7. So driving out the nations. All right. When the Lord your God brings you into the land you are entering to possess and drives out before you many nations. Now, I don't want to get flagged on YouTube for any kind of hate speech or quote unquote racism or anything, even though this is in the Bible. You know how YouTube is, so I'm not gonna put ethnic backgrounds on these certain nations that I'm about to say right here. But you should know who these certain nations of people are. You know what I'm saying? You should just know. If you don't know, then do some research on who the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, all those people. You'll know once you do some research. You know what I'm saying? So, chapter 7. When the Lord your God brings you into the land you are entering to possess and drives out before you many nations, the Hittites, the Girgashites, I think that's how you say it, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. 7 nations larger and stronger than you. And when the Lord your God has delivered them over to you, aka as slaves, like I was saying, but we're not going to get into that right now. We're going to stick with who is Israel. Has delivered them over to you, and you have defeated them, then you must destroy them totally. Make no treaty with them and show them no mercy. The Most High is not playing, bro. Like, he don't want you to have nothing to do with them, bro. Do not intermarry with them, meaning don't get married to them. Do not give your daughters to their sons or take their daughters for your sons. You know what I'm saying? It's self-explanatory. This is not me talking. This is the Most High talking. So don't say, oh, what you talking about? You have to take that up with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Verse 4, for they will turn your children away from following me to serve other gods. You know what I'm saying? Just like in, again, in First Maccabees. In Maccabees, because I'm reading Maccabees right now. I think I'm in chapter 4. But I think in chapter 2 to 3, they were talking about, like, they were in Israel. But I guess the Greeks came over or whatever, and they started like blaspheming the Lord and, you know, taking all the Israelites' traditions and trying to flip them upside down to blaspheme. You know how the Israelites back in Israel, in ancient Israel, they would keep the Sabbath, they would circumcise their children, they would worship, you know, the Most High on you know what I'm saying? Like, just worship the Most High without idols. You know what I'm saying? Without any kind of stones or anything like that. Eat clean food. But then when the Greeks came over there, they made them, you know, flip everything upside down. So they didn't want them to keep the Sabbath. They didn't want to have their children circumcised. They didn't want Israel to continue to circumcise their children. They didn't want them to worship the Most High YAHAWA. They didn't want that. What they wanted was, they basically wanted you to eat unclean food, just like in Deuteronomy it says, do not eat swine or pork because that's abominable. And they wanted you to eat pork. They wanted you to do everything that was abominable to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But basically that's what the Most High is talking about right here when he says, for they will turn your children from me to serve other gods, and the Lord's anger will burn against you and will quickly destroy you. So you don't want the Most High to, you know what I'm saying, do something to you, to put a plague on you or something, where you walking around limping, or, you know what I'm saying, something, because you're not obeying the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you are to do to them: break down their altars, smash their sacred stones, cut down their Asheroth poles, and burn their idols in the fire. Now, these are the two most important verses that I wanted to get to right here. For you are a people holy to the Lord your God. You know what I'm saying? Who are those people he's talking about? Who are those Israelites? The Lord your God has chosen you out of all the peoples on the face of the earth to be his people. That should be enough to make you cry if you know who the true Israelites are that he's talking about. Again, let's say that one more time. The Lord your God has chosen you. Little old me? Me? The Lord has chosen you out of all the peoples on the face of the earth to be his people, his treasured possession. Hallelujah. All right, let's get to verse 7. The Lord did not set his affection on you and choose you because you were more numerous than other peoples, for you were the fewest of all peoples. But here we go. This is another important factor right here. Verse 8. But it was because the Lord loved you and kept the oath he swore to your ancestors. Who are our ancestors? Again, let's go back to who are the ancestors that the Most High is talking about? Again, First Maccabees: Abraham, Joseph, Phinehas, Joshua, Caleb, King David, Elijah. You know what I'm saying? Those three, which I can't really say their names. I could say Azariah and Mishael, but Hananiah, there we go. I said David already. Daniel, you know what I'm saying? All those ancestors that the Most High is talking about in verse 8. You know what I'm saying? But it was because the Lord loved you and kept the oath he swore to your ancestors that he brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you from the land of slavery, from the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. So Israel has to be the same people that, again, verse 8 is talking about, that were redeemed from the land of slavery. What other nation of people were in Egypt in slavery? You know what I'm saying? Redeemed from the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Who are those people? Now, let's go to, let's see right here. So let's go way back real quick. The transatlantic slave trade. Who were the people the Most High was talking about? Egypt. Where is Egypt? Egypt is in East Africa, right? That's Egypt right there, right? The transatlantic slave trade happened in West Africa, so we migrated from Egypt all the way to West Africa and got sold. You know what I'm saying? Now, how do you know this? Let's go to where are we gonna go? We're gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Now we're going to jump from the whole slave being, brought out from slavery in Egypt. Now we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, he said, now we're going to break verse 68 down. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. So the key word here is again. Again. What do you mean again? Because the Most High we were in Egypt in slavery. That was the first Egypt. You know what I'm saying? That was the first Egypt. The second Egypt has to be another place, right? So, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Again with ships. What other nation of people came from Egypt, you know what I'm saying, to the west coast of Africa, to the only mode of transportation to get from Africa to any other country has to be by ship, because it's nothing but water. You know what I'm saying? So what other nation of people went from Africa, basically, you don't even have to say Egypt, just say from Africa to somewhere else via ship? I'll let you sit on that and think about that. While you think about that, let's get some pictures real quick. Slaves on ships. Slaves on ships. Now, all you gotta do is type in slaves on ships, and you already know this is the transatlantic slave trade right here. This is a certain group of people's ancestors that were packed up in slave ships like sardines. Look at that. Those are actual people stacked up on top of each other in slave ships. It's just so, I get so frustrated when I see this sometimes, because I know what the end result is going to be. I get frustrated, then I get happy at the same time. You know what I'm saying? What nation of people, look at that nappy hair, look at that dark skin, and who's holding on to them like slave masters? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it. You should just know from wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Look at these brothers. I know that one of them was my ancestor. I already know. You know what I'm saying? Because my grandfather and great-grandfather, well, my grandfather and my father were both Negroes. Therefore, I'm a Negro, because your lineage comes from the father's side. So in case y'all didn't know that, it doesn't come from the mother's side, it comes from your father. So whatever your father was, that's what you are. Look, let's get some more pictures. Look at all these certain group of people. Certain group of people, aka Israel. Who is Israel? We'll get into that in a minute. Let's get some more pictures. I got a dip. I had my car on all this time. Get a few more pictures. You got brothers' ribs showing. But this is Israel right here, though. These are the curses that the Most High put on his beloved Israel. You know what I'm saying? Because again, let's get into Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For you are a people holy to the Lord your God. The Lord your God has chosen you out of all peoples on the face of the earth to be his people, his treasured possessions. The reason why this certain nation of people went through these curses is because they didn't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High specifically told us we had to follow. You know what I'm saying? And this is even now, right now, y'all. We have to follow the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I know I'm getting everywhere right now, but I'm just trying to get certain scriptures real quick. I should have had all this ready. But yeah, man, we're talking about Israel right now. So who is Israel? Who came by ship from Africa to wherever? Let's see where they went real quick. Let's see. Let's see real quick. Where are we at? Just stick with me real quick, y'all. Follow me. Here we go. So, the transatlantic slave trade. Now, we know there's a certain group of individuals called Israel that left Africa via ship and went to all these countries, or all these continents. Went to South America, Central America, West Indies, Europe, and North America. You know what I'm saying? Now, who are those people that came by ship and got to North America? It could only be one group of people, right? The so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Because look, you got some that went to South America, you got some that went to North America, you got some that went to Central America. But come on, y'all. What other nation of people, aka Israel, got taken from Africa, forced from Africa, in order to be slaves from Egypt and go into slavery into North America, South America, Central America, Europe, and the West Indies? You know what I'm saying? What other people were in slavery in America? Huh? Who? Let's see. What ethnicity were in slavery in America? I'm gonna let Google tell you. I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm gonna let Google tell you. Let's see. What is this? So you got Google. You got Google saying, you shouldn't really trust Google either, because Google is ran by Esau, but they are right about one specific people, the AKA so-called blacks. Now, Hispanic that number should be way higher than that. And I don't know why they don't have Native Americans there. But y'all know the history of America, y'all. Y'all know the history of America. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Negro were the only group of people that were in mass slavery. You know what I'm saying? In mass slavery that came from Africa, you know what I'm saying, to America, aka the second Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So now let's get back. Let's finish off Deuteronomy chapter 68. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse number 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, aka the United States. You know what I'm saying? Again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. So meaning you will no longer see Israel again. Like, what other brother and sister? It's rare to find a brother and sister that said, oh yeah, I done been to Israel. You know what I'm saying? I visit Israel on the regular. It just doesn't happen that way. The average African American, I never been to Israel before. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold. Ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. Or let's just put it in simpler terms. Thou shalt see it no more again, meaning you should see your homeland no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, aka the Gentiles, for bondmen, aka for slave men, and bondwomen, aka slave women. And no man shall buy you, meaning nobody is gonna deliver you out of that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna save you out of that. Why? Because the Most High, YAHAWA, is the only one that could deliver us from Egypt, basically. So what I'm trying to say is, when the Most High comes back, is a certain group of people that is his treasured possessions. Is a certain group of people that's the Most High's treasured they want to play, huh? Come on. Is a certain group of people that are the Most High's treasured possessions. So when he comes back, it's going to be that certain group of people that he's going to lift up and take out of here before he destroys Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you know who you are as an Israelite, aka the 12 tribes of Israel, aka the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you have to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments the Most High has told us that we have to keep. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into another video another time of what the laws, statutes, and commandments are. Or you could go on YouTube and type in the laws, statutes, and commandments. And also, I will leave a link at the end of this video. Well, I'll just leave it in the description box so you can see and you can listen to on your spare time the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High told us to keep. You know what I'm saying? A few of them is not to eat pork, which a lot of y'all brothers, y'all love y'all pork rind, y'all love y'all chitlins, y'all love y'all bacon in the morning, y'all sausage, egg, and toast. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut that pork out if you want to see the Most High and if you want the Most High to be in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm going to leave a link for the laws, statutes, and commandments. The 613 is not 10. It's 613 laws, statutes, and commandments that you have to abide by as a Hebrew Israelite. And I will leave those links in the description box below. But with that, I'll say shalom. And again, all praise to the Most High, YAHAWA the Son, and YAHAWA the Father. Shalom. Yes, sir, Israel. We just made our Hebrew Israelite dinner, which consists of half black-eyed peas soaked in water for 24 hours before we boiled them. And we have a nice steak right here, a pound steak that we made sure was well done, and we made sure to cook all the blood out of it. You know what I'm saying? Just like in Deuteronomy, we're not, or Leviticus, my bad, we're not supposed to eat any meat with blood in it. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. Oh yeah, and you can't eat that without something to drink. So we got a frozen drink. Oh, there go the goodness. You know what I'm saying? Let that defrost for like a good 15-20 minutes. And that's dinner for the night, y'all. All praise to the Most High.